This is an invitation to join Luxbet Club Extra, exclusively to owners and trainers. Join Luxbet today using promo code and receive a match deposit of 150% up to $1,500. Lux Better Odds, Lux Better Up with Luxbet.
Tony Gollan joining us this morning on Stable Boss. And Tony, a whole heap of runners for you.
Yeah, it's good. A big team of horses and back at Doomben, which I thought raced terrific last Friday.
All right, let's start with Jabrook. Obviously had the one start and she goes round in the Calway Girl Stakes.
Yeah, look, we couldn't have been happier with it going into the race. I was really concerned with Eagle Farm. First time out for her. She's quite a fast filly with a good little turn of foot, so we've seen in track work and her jump outs. She was just caught very, very wide at Eagle Farm the other day. She made a little bit of a run at them, but the last bit she got extremely tired. And the one thing I've learned about our new track here is that you can be very forgiving of horses that do run poorly there. Her jump outs had all been at Doomben.
This is the half to tie out Trelawney.
Yeah, and she'd been exceptional over there. And I was concerned with the track coming here first up, and probably rightfully so. She ran well below where we thought she was. Whether she can bounce back in 2 weeks or not, I'm not sure. We give her 4 days out at Washpill to vary her routine up, so I thought she had quite a hard run. Nice. She's bounced onto her feed good and she worked very well with another slipper on Tuesday morning at Doomben on the course proper.
She does nice in 3.
Yeah, look, and you know, we've no disrespect to Robbie, he's ridden her a fair bit, but we've had to speak to the owner, put Tegan on, we'll be very positive from the gates and put her right up on top of the speed on Saturday.
All right, let's move on to the Gold Edition. You've got to take on Winning Rupert here.
Yeah.
But with another slipper who's been in good form, but how do you beat Winning Rupert at set weights?
Hopefully something wrong with him. That's probably our best bet the way he raced the other day. But look, my horse, I thought he ran really good in the 1,000 metre race when he won, 2 starts back. And we give him a 2-week freshen prior to that to get him ready to try and get him through this summer carnival. The clients are very keen to get him towards the Magic Millions.
Yep.
I thought he ran very flat the other day. I was very disappointed with his run. The winner was in a class of his own. We've got to take him on again at short odds on Saturday. But I felt that he could have run second to that horse. So I was a little bit disappointed with performance. But I've seen a lot of horses, and we've seen Elegant Composure on Saturday. Run well, fresh up, and then was a shadow of herself on the weekend. So, this track can do that to horses. Winning Rupert's got to come off a track record run and do it again on Saturday. And I'm certainly not saying that he can't, but
good point.
My horse definitely put in a flat run the other day off the freshen, and we've changed these things around a little bit with him. Tried to keep him fresh in the legs. We've drawn Putrid. That's not going to help us. But if the favourite has an off day, I feel my bloke will run as well as what the others will. So he's certainly there as a place chance, but obviously the favourite will have to run below its best for anything to beat it.
Is he a better horse ridden quietly?
I think he is. I mean, we've been wanting to do that for a while. How we do it from this gate is quite tricky, but I do see a little bit of speed in it. I see Tegan booting up on one of Gillian's from the inside there, and obviously Jeff's going to go forward on the favourite, and I saw something else going forward there as well, CC Sequalo. So I see a bit of speed. We'll have to be a little bit positive. Look, with an ounce of luck, we may find the 1-1. If we find the 1-1, I'd expect him to run well. If he's caught 3 deep on a limb, well, I'll get what I deserve for running him off the bad gate. But with these sort of horses, you don't have a huge amount of options. I did accept in the Class 3 plate as well.
14 in that.
Yeah, and I couldn't see that being any better. So I felt against his own age group, you never run away from one horse.
Yeah.
I felt we're better off having a crack at that.
Okay. Frespinal, obviously he was a good winner, 3rd up at the Sunshine Coast. What did you make of his run here the other day when he ran 8th?
He was completely out of the race after they went 20 metres. He was slow out and got a squeeze, and he was back 2nd, 3rd, last. Well, he was back there with Cylinder Beach. We ended up sort of following that horse, but this horse's advantage is to sit just behind the speed or close to the speed. He's got that short, sharp sprint, and then he grinds his races out. His run was actually okay. He had to make too much of a run, however, to catch up to the horses up on pace. He hasn't got the big finish of a Cylinder Beach. So I thought his run was quite forgiving. I like him a lot more off the 3-week break than I do off the 10-day back up. He's a horse that doesn't have a huge amount of muscle tone behind, and I think he looks better coming into this race. His work on Tuesday was great, and Lani worked him along here this morning a little bit, and she said it's the sharpest he's felt. So, look, I'm really happy with him. The weight of the race is a bit disappointing. I mean, that's just indicative of the horses in it. But, I mean, Desley's horse, if it runs like it did first up, it's going to be awfully hard to beat. But I'd be surprised if Jimmy back on, if he doesn't get away and be in the first 3 or 4, if he can find that spot, he'll run very well.
Yeah. All right, cramming, obviously you've taken over from Glenn Thompson and Anaman both go round in the 2,000 metre race.
Well, as you know, Glenn's my foreman down in Sydney, so I haven't really taken over too much. He's done most of the work with this horse, and we've sent him up here to us. His runs in Sydney have been fantastic. He's a horse that's plagued by, a few issues with his feet and things like that. So that's probably why his form can be a bit hit and miss. We're bitterly disappointed with the barrier. He's going to have to sort of go back. He's a lovely horse if you can find a midfield spot and run on. But look, we've got very informed Larry Cassidy on board. We'll have to go back on him, and if he gets the right run, his runs in Sydney were very good. It just depends on whether there's a run on on the day around Doomben.
I thought there must have been something niggling that horse.
Yeah,
because one day he's brilliant and the next day he's a flop.
Yeah, and the worst thing about him is he doesn't love soft ground. So he has to have a track with just a bit of give in it, but it can't be too wet and he can't be too hard. So he's a little bit of a trick. But I will say, Glenn's done a great job with the horse's feet. He's come up here to us in really good condition, and his partner Kate's given us a good hand with the horse as well. So, we've really, it's only my name beside him, but we're happy with the condition the horse is in. And on his day, he can run well in a race like this, that's for sure.
Anaman?
Yeah, I thought his run off the freshen was terrific the other day at Eagle Farm, which a track he's never looked like running well on.
Yeah.
He was really good late. Back to Doomben to 2000. Just drawn a little bit sticky there for Jimmy, but if he can just find the right run on him, which is probably 3 pairs back, something like that, you can see a big improver here. But a horse like him and Cramming, I guess they got to take the step to this open company grade. There's a couple of horses up the top there that are probably outright open company horses, where these horses have got to take that step. But they're heading towards the Magic Means. It starts on Saturday, I guess, for these.
Yeah, okay. Most important, got the job done here at stakes level last time out, really. Oh, group level, group 3, in fact.
Yeah, the George Moore. It's been a good race to us the last couple of years, winning it both times. This horse is just trained on grade. I can't explain how good he's going. He's just been going good since June, really. He's been a bit in and out, and he's been a bit frustrating. It just depends on the surface on the day for him.
Yep.
I told you last time, I'm really keen to get him back to Doomben. A little bit annoyed by the weight, 2 kilos off, too good to refuse. But look, that is what it is for our horse. But he's going great. His work on Tuesday, Robbie was buoyant about his work, and he's certainly in good order heading to the races on Saturday. It looks a little bit tricky with speed. There's a good bit of speed in this race again, but
Lucky Tom.
Yeah, there was
Cool Ring.
Yep, Flamboyant. There's a bit there. Curo, if he runs here, or he might be running in Sydney. I'm not sure. He's in both places, and Ninth Legion also goes forward as well with Tegan. So it's a little bit of a tricky race to work out. But as we saw the other day, as long as he's comfortable, it doesn't really matter where he is in the run.
I actually think he's better off the speed.
But he has to want to settle.
Yeah.
Some days you can try and ride him off the speed. If you try and force him to be off the speed, it won't work. If you look early the other day, Robbie was actually riding him along out the gate, but that's just where he wanted to be in the run.
Yep.
So he left him, and that's sort of how you got to
the
ride
day
him.
he rode in here and he was 3 wide the trip, but he was back a little bit.
Yeah.
He's still deep.
He run terrific, but that's the horse. If he's to bounce and take it up, well, he'll take it up. It'll just be wherever he wants to be, but you can be assured he hasn't trained off. He's in very good order.
And 1350.
I don't see it's a problem. We ran as a 3-year-old. He had a really big weight against 59 kilos, and I thought he was going to win on the corner, and too good to refuse just blew out us. But he was flying at the time and had a big weight pull on us. So, I think the way he ran the 1200 out the other day at Eagle Farm, geez, you'd be game to say he couldn't run the 1350 at Doomben.
Okay, let's move on to the last race, a sprint race. Oh, the Bribey Handicap. Got 3 runners here, Casual Choice, Rocket to Glory and the Storman. Yeah,
it's a really good race. I think we won this race last year as well. He's this is a good race. We probably haven't got the strongest hand in what's an open race this year. Casual Choice is certainly going to improve a lot for the run. I'm glad he's drawn good. He's a real barrier horse, but
so he's first up?
He's first up since the truck accident. He's been out for quite a while, and he was probably the horse that
had the last one to run.
He's the last one to run, yeah, and like a Whiskey All Round, obviously open company. He hasn't won a race, but Jetsonic won the other day first up, and the other horse, Frespinol's obviously won as well. And they were the least, too injured, I guess, in it. But this horse is probably the worst.
Was he?
Probably the worst. And he spelled with Jetsonic the whole time. They were sort of mates in the paddock the whole way through. So he's come back good. I just feel even off his work on Tuesday, he's probably going to improve a little bit for the run. Yep. He's a bit of a deceiving horse in track work. The good barrier is a big key to him.
Bulky horse.
He is, and you'll look at him in the yard and you'll say, oh, he's going to need the run.
Yeah.
But that is the shape of the horse too, and that's sort of how he is. But look, I expect him to run well, but probably at this grade, you'd think his best is like 11, 1200 more so than the sharp 1050.
Okay. Rocket to Glory. Getting a little bit long in the tooth. Is this his last preparation?
Yeah, he's
do you think?
obviously had a lot of issues this horse over his whole career. He had a long time out with a little thing. I thought his first up run was brilliant.
Brilliant.
It was really good. And then he come here at the Eagle Farm the other day, and he
Put
was
him undone.
he was just awful. Like, so I mean, I can't put a stop to it. We put him out, give him a week fresh, and really targeted this race back at Doomben. He was very fresh in the legs. He'll scoot him along here. I know there's a few other fast horses in it, but good luck if they can get in front of him, because he'll be scooting along from out there. And I'd expect him to run a lot better on the weekend. If he can't show us something back near his best on the weekend, then I'm going to be scratching my head.
Okay, the Storman.
This is his last run. Yeah, he's going to be retired after Saturday.
The Storman?
Yeah, the Storman.
Is he?
Yeah, we've had him down in Sydney, just trying to find the right races for him. He's quite hard to place now, and he's been a good old boy to the stable. And we made a decision with the owners after he ran at Muswellbrook in a 50 grand race the other day. They ran 56 something. His effort was good, but he's been great to them. We've had a lot of fun with him, and this will be his last run on Saturday. And look, his form probably suggests that he's probably not up to this grade at the moment.
Okay.
But look, he's always got a lightweight horse's chance. I guess he's drawn okay.
Yeah. All right, and Sydney, is Bianca going around?
Yeah, unfortunately, she's just drawn the visitors draw 14. She never draws a gate.
I know.
But I guess one consolation we at Randwick, it's only one corner. And we got a very informed Timmy Clark on board. So when they're riding as many winners as he's riding, we're not going to scratch her. So they're very happy with it. Glenn's buoyant with it, to be fair. 20 odd to 1. So she's going great. She just needs a lot of luck and running.
All right, Tone. Thanks for joining us on Stable Boss, and good luck on the weekend.
No problems.
This is an invitation to join Luxbet Club Extra, exclusively to owners and trainers. Join Luxbet today using promo code and receive a match deposit of 150% up to $1,500. Luxbet odds, Luxbet up with Luxbet.